kitchen. Today in our first episode, okay, I'm going to stop talking like Julia Childs, who I met once and love. Today is my very first cooking episode, and today we're going to be making Shirataki noodle stir fry with shrimp and asparagus. This dish is new to me, and we're going to learn together whether we like it or not. Shirataki noodles are from Japan. They're very low in calories. For a serving, which is half of this bag, it's 20 calories. The entire dish, I've added up the calories, and per serving, it's 205 calories. That is a pretty low calorie for a nice, I think it's going to make a nice sized meal, which could be used obviously for dinner. For those of us who've had the Roux-en-Y surgery, you may not be able to eat the entire serving, but with 18 grams of protein for an entire serving, 9 grams is pretty good for half of a serving, and 102.5 calories for a half a serving. So only eat as much as you're able to. A full serving here is a cup total on your plate. So let me begin to tell you what you need for this dish. You need chicken broth, cornstarch, soy sauce, and white pepper. And those 4 ingredients will make the sauce, or the flavoring, the gravy, so to speak, for the meal. The secret ingredient really here is white pepper. It's a unique flavor, and it is what gives many Asian dishes their unique flavor. When you wonder how do they get that taste, it's usually because they're using white pepper as opposed to regular black pepper. So that's the sauce we're going to pour over the saute. And what we're sauteing is asparagus and garlic. And I like to buy my garlic peeled like this. I get this at my Asian market for a really reasonable price, $1.99 for all of that. One job I've never enjoyed in the kitchen is peeling garlic. It's sticky, it's time consuming, and I could just chop these up quick and I love it. So peeled garlic is an ingredient, asparagus, shrimp, 4 shrimp per serving, and then of course the Shirataki noodles. I'm going to come a little closer so you can see these. What I've done is I've just taken them out of the package, drained them, rinsed them, and then put them in the microwave for 30 seconds, and then they recommend to dry them well, which I am. The package and reviews I've read said they have kind of a funny odor. I did not notice any odor at all, to be honest. And I tasted one just as it is out of the package. They taste like a noodle. They're actually, I'm very excited about this. Okay, so we're going to get started. I've already put oil in my wok, and I'm going to start by putting the 4 cloves of garlic I minced into the hot oil. It's very, very important when you're cooking Asian stir-fry dishes that your oil is very, very hot to start out with. And my garlic is already starting to turn brown. So the next ingredient I'm going to throw in there quickly is my asparagus. And asparagus does not need much cooking, which is why it's so great for stir-frying. And you just toss that around, and I'm actually going to turn it down just a little bit. And then the next ingredient I'm actually going to add is my noodles, which I left over here. And I'm going to stir fry these. Pour those in. And this is the entire bag I'm using. So I actually have enough for 2 people here. And I'm going to start stir frying that and just let that get a little color on it. The idea of stir fry is really not to cook, anything or boil it, but just to get some heat on it and let it cook just a tiny, tiny bit. And then the sauce will steam it and finish it off. So I'm going to let these noodles cook for a minute. I'm going to bring over, here is my shrimp. I buy frozen shrimp, and these happen to be pre-cooked. You can also get them raw if you want to do that. Make sure you devein, the shrimp if that's what you're doing. But these have already been deveined. They're beautiful, and they just need a slight warming. They don't actually even need cooking. So I'm going to put in the shrimp last because they need the least amount of cooking. Let me turn my noodles. It smells really garlicky and yummy in here already. And then the next step is to pour in my shrimp and just let those start warming through. Shrimp is a funny thing. If you overcook it, even the slightest amount, I'm putting the shrimp towards the bottom of my frying pan here. I'll show you if I can. You can see in here. Here's what we've got going. Ooh, I don't want it to pour out. This is tricky with one person. Let's see. We'll do this. Can you see that? Anyway, I don't know if you can see that or not, but it's stir frying in there. And I don't want that shrimp to get too cooked. So now I'm going to take my mixture of my broth and my soy sauce and my cornstarch. The cornstarch is what makes it glossy and smooth. And I also added a little tiny dot of sesame oil because I like the way that tastes. I'm going to pour that in. There we go. Turn the heat way back up. And now all I need to do is get that stirred up and plate it. We've got to let the sauce come to a slight boil. And you can see that thickening up. It's looking beautiful. Another little trick you can use, this is my cupboard here, is when you're going to serve a dish, any kind of, not any dish, but a lot of different stir-fry dishes, if you've got sesame oil in it and that essence, is to just sprinkle some sesame seeds. These are roasted on the top, and I'll show you how pretty that looks in a minute. So my dish is done. Look how fast of a lunch that was. It's finished. And it smells fantastic. I'm going to turn off my heat, find my plate, and put a serving on. They're a little bit slippery, so I guess that's the hard part. Okay, put some noodles down, get some of our shrimp. I think three for most people in our situation, 3 shrimp will probably be more than enough, and not that many noodles, just enough to have that feel. And then I'm going to take this and just put a little bit of these sesame seeds on there and show that to you. See if you can get that. It's hard for me to do this for some crazy reason. And there you go. That's a shrimp stir fry with a new shirataki mushroom. I want to call them mushrooms all the time. Noodles. So let me see. I'm going to give it a taste and see how that goes. I'm kind of excited about this part. I'm going to try the noodles first since that's the only thing I've never tasted before. They're interesting. I'd say they're a little chewier than a regular noodle would be. Very al dente, but very nice in flavor. They absorb the sauce nicely, and I think they would actually do well with pretty much any Asian dish you want to give it a try with. So this is Tony, my first episode. I hope you've enjoyed, and I hope the next time it comes out a little better. But it was a lot of fun. Bye-bye, everybody.